today I'm going to be doing my 3,000 subscriber special, which is a Q&A. I asked you guys last week if you had any questions for me, and I'll be answering every single one of them today. I hit 3,000 subscribers in May, but I haven't done anything to celebrate, so I thought I would do another Q&A because the last one turned out pretty well. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the questions. I'm gonna answer them in the order that you guys commented them in. So I'll go from oldest to newest, and then I'll also do any Instagram story questions that I got. Okay, so the first question is, do you collect K-pop albums, merch, light sticks, etc.? If so, show us please. So I do collect all that stuff, and I actually have a shelf like right up to the side over here that has just all of my K-pop related stuff on it. And I'll put a picture up of it like somewhere on the screen right now, but I recently just made this shelf, and if you follow me on Instagram you might have already seen it, but yeah, it's just a shelf that has all of my K-pop related stuff, and I also have another frame that just has a bunch of photo cards that I've collected, and I can do like a full tour and like in-depth explanation of that shelf if you guys want one, because that actually sounds really fun. Like that would be really fun to film. But I can like go through the whole shelf and like show you guys what I have and like any like funny backstories or whatever behind some stuff on my shelf. So yeah, I can do that if you guys want. Let me know in the comments if you guys want that. Are you gonna go into pro dancing? I think you would do wonderful, but I just wanted to know. And I love you and your dancing. How have you been these past few weeks? Thank you for your questions. So pro dancing, I probably won't go into pro dancing just because I feel like that requires like ballet and like more other kinds of genres of dance, which I don't quite have like the ability to, I guess, if that makes sense. So I don't think I'd quite fit into pro dancing, but that would be really fun. But who knows, I might in the future if I change my mind. But yeah. And then, have I been well these past few weeks? I have been pretty good these past few weeks, and I hope you guys have been too. I feel like these past few weeks have just been focused on covers and school. That's basically it. Do you intend to be a K-idol? Why do you dance very well? Do I intend to be K-idol? No. I don't think the idol lifestyle is really suited for me, and it doesn't really appeal to me that much either. Especially nowadays with how many idols are coming out like every day, so I feel like it's just really hard to get your name out nowadays. But yeah, I don't really intend to become an idol. And then why do I dance very well? I don't know, I just practice a lot. How long does it take to fully learn dances? Any examples? So this all depends on how hard the choreography is, obviously, and then also how much I really want to cover this choreography. So, for example, for BTS songs, those are usually covers that I really want to cover, so I usually am more eager to learn those, so then I usually learn those a little bit faster, especially with how hard they are. I usually take about 2 weeks to learn and practice a cover before I film and upload it. So for example, with Idol, I learned that pretty quickly. I probably took like 2 days to like just like get all of the moves down. But it took me like over a week to just like build up the stamina to be able to pull it off, because Idol requires so much stamina. Because Idol, the moves itself aren't really that complicated, it's just that they like really need a lot of power, so, and like strength and stuff, so that's why I spent so much time just building that up. But for like DNA took me a lot longer to learn just the moves. But it required less time for me to like try and build up stamina to like keep up with the choreography, if that makes sense, because DNA doesn't require as much strength as Idol does. Another example could be Puzzle Moon, which I just covered last week. It's obviously a lot easier than BTS like dances are, but so that one it took me only like a week, or like less than a week, maybe like 5 days to learn and practice it all before I filmed and uploaded it. How was your day? My day was good. I hope your day was good too. How many groups do you stand? Live for you. The only group that I follow like really closely with is BTS, but I know a lot of other groups who like their songs and like the members' names and their personalities and stuff, but I don't follow them quite as closely as I do with BTS. So for example, those groups could be like VIX, 17, SHINee, Infinite, Astro, Mamamoo, Red Velvet, like the list goes on. Like M-Black, even though they're not really a thing anymore, Super Junior, Girls' Generation. Like, I check out a lot of different groups, but I just don't follow them quite as closely. Can you do more tutorials, please? I need your help. The thing about tutorials is that they are a little bit harder for me to film because of the amount of preparation that I need to do before. Because for me, when I learn a choreography, especially like ones that have like really fast parts in it, I usually like just follow what I see, and then it just doesn't like really process in my brain of like how to break down like each part of the choreography, if that makes sense. It's kind of just like my brain just like, okay, look at this and I'll just do it kind of thing. So whenever I learn a choreography, then trying to slow it down and like memorize each move, like all the details of each move, like really slowly without the music is like kind of hard for me. So that's usually why I don't do tutorials, because I have to spend so much time like breaking the dance down like that. I usually only do tutorials for songs that I'm like confident that I can break down and stuff, but usually if a lot of people like ask for a tutorial for a specific song, then I usually will consider making a tutorial, but we'll see. I got a lot of comments on my Serendipity and my Euphoria Singularity Seesaw videos for tutorials, but I might do a tutorial for them, but I'm not really sure just yet, so we'll see. Do you know Big Marvel? I think you're talking about the YouTube channel, right? I do know of Big Marvel, but I've seen like a couple clips of his videos on Instagram, but I haven't actually checked his channel out. Do you go to school? I do go to school, but I go to online school. What country do you live in as of right now? I live in the US. Have you watched Produce 48 yet? I have watched Produce 48, but I didn't follow it quite as closely as I did with like Produce 101, as in like there wasn't like trainees that I was like really rooting for or anything, but I did watch it. It was pretty fun. Do you watch any K-dramas, and if you do, any new recommendations? So I don't watch that many K-dramas, but I do like occasionally watch them if there's one that like seems interesting to me. I surprisingly have not watched what is it, Tanihue? What's that in English? Descendants of the Sun. I haven't watched that. And then I also haven't watched Goblin, which might be surprising, but I think the most recent one that I watched is Kimbi's Hogabegaruka. What is that in English? What's Wrong with Secretary Kim? That's the most recent one that I've watched. I don't really have any new recommendations for you guys. How old are you? You look 16, 17. That's actually spot on. Usually people don't guess my age correctly. Usually they think at least 18, so I usually get like 18 or like 21. But yes, I am 16. This is not a question, but you're so cute and pretty. Thank you. Do you like anything else besides dancing, like any other hobbies? I used to like drawing, and if you watched my first Q&A, you might have seen my BTS fan arts that I had showed on there for a quick second, and if you didn't watch that, I'll just put a couple up on screen. But I used to like drawing, but I haven't drawn in a while, and I've just spent like all of my hobby time just doing dancing. Ooh, these are a lot of questions. What languages do you speak? I speak Korean and English, and then I also took Spanish since kindergarten to 9th grade. What do you want to work with when you are older? I actually have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea. Do you like to sing? I do like to sing, but I'm not good at it. Do you have a boyfriend, girlfriend? Nope. Your favorite song of right now? Puzzle Moon and Trivia Ton Seesaw by Suga. Have you ever colored your hair? Which color, if not, do you want to? I have colored my hair. I've colored it multiple times actually. First time I colored my hair was with brown highlights, and then I did like 3 like bright pink stripes in my hair. And then I went a lighter brown with like blonde in it, and then last year I went purple. So if you watched any of my videos from last year, from like August of 2017 to like January of 2018, I had purple hair. So if you watch any of my videos during that time period, you would just see my purple hair. But I dyed it back to black because I felt like black suits me the most. So I do want to get my hair colored again, but I feel like I just want to keep black just because I feel like I don't look good in other colors. But who knows? Do you stand any K-pop singing boy groups or girl groups? I mentioned that earlier, so I'm just gonna skip your question. Do you have any pets? I do. I have one miniature dachshund named Minnie, and I'll put a picture of her up on the screen. What is your favorite K-drama? I feel like most of the K-dramas that I've seen, they're like all pretty good, and I liked them, so I don't really have like a specific one that I like the most or whatever, but some of my favorites were like Reply 1997, Kajikiriwere. What is that in English? What Happens to My Family? I think that's what it's called. What Happens to My Family, the song with Secretary Kim, To the Beautiful You, Weightlifting Theory, Strong Woman to Bongsoon, Dream High, and Dream High 2. I remember watching those. W, Pinocchio. There's definitely more that I have seen, I just can't remember. The 9 that I mentioned, I like those. Who is your favorite idol? Why do you want to do dance covers, and where are you from? My favorite idol is BTS. And why do I want to do dance covers? I don't know, I like doing like K-pop covers because I like the way that the choreographies are made, and I just also like sharing them on YouTube, so I think that's why I do covers. And where am I from? I'm from the US. What's your best motivation for dancing? I would say my biggest motivations are you guys for watching my videos, because I probably would have stopped making videos if there wasn't anyone watching. And then probably just watching other dancers dance, because watching them makes me think like, wow, I really want to be able to dance like that too. So I think those two are my biggest motivations. How old are you? I'm 16, like I mentioned before. You're a great dancer, by the way, and do you stand Stray Kids? If yes, I hope I'll see Stray Kids covers in the future. I unfortunately do not stand Stray Kids. I mentioned this in my Puzzle Moon video in the comments. I mentioned that I usually don't check out rookie groups because there's just so many rookie groups nowadays that it's just hard to like keep up. How long have you been dancing? I've been dancing since 2010. And how did you start to like dancing or start doing it? So I mentioned this, I think, in my first Q&A, but I started dancing after seeing Wonder Girls Tell Me in 2010, so I would like watch them on TV and then like follow what their dance, like follow their moves and stuff. And then after that I would start learning a lot of other different groups, choreographies and things, and then I just like kept going from there. Any coming up videos that you're working on? I am actually trying to do another public cover in Times Square again, like I did last time, but I'm not quite sure yet, so I'll be doing like a separate video like asking you guys more about that probably tomorrow, so look out for that. Are you planning to go to BTS's Love Yourself tour? I am, and I'm actually going to their Newark stop next Saturday. So that is all of the questions that you guys asked me. Thank you guys so much for asking me so many questions. Make sure to let me know in the comments if you guys want the K-pop shelf tour, and I'll definitely film that probably in a couple weeks. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my next cover. Bye!